We await the tip-off at Townsville Entertainment Centre. It's as rowdy as ever. You'd expect nothing less. And Courtney Woods gets her hands on the ball first. Hawkins. Can she break the deadlock? Spinning and banking it in. Of course she can.
Her footwork and movement are in the post is also world class.
Townsville get a stop and Roof can get going. Coming off a double-double against Sydney. Played a fantastic game. Woods, sorry, Samuelson from the corner. So Brooke now. Shot clock ticks down to 5, so Talbot's got to go, and does, and shoots successfully. Equally good defense from Townsville. Hawkins, mismatch, and she capitalizes.
Those last 3 possessions there, the matchup we see between Talbot and Nicholson. Nicholson is on fire already, as we see.
Nicholson often running for Townsville here, using her pace to get around 3 Adelaide defenders. Here's Talbot now for Adelaide. Finds herself some space. Samuelson strong on the boards and gets the pass away on hands and knees too. Here's Hawkins. Hot start for Tiana Hawkins. Confronted by Nicholson. Gives it to Munro, into Borlase. Stepping around Hawkins and doing it with all the class in the world. Nicholson. Gets it out to the corner. Samuelson's feeling it from long range.
From someone that's just jumping into the starting lineup for the first time this season.
So Talbot gets it out to Borlase on the layup, perfect. So Mansfield now. Here is Talbot, blocked by Hawkins. And she's able to get it to McSpadden, who's flying down the floor, and that's good play from Townsville. Borlase open, she's got 4 points for the game so far. That one just rimmed out. Munro there to score her first bucket of the game. Not quite this time. And Whittle off and running for Adelaide. Gets it out to Borlase in the corner. Mansfield loves this range, and that's why.
Is play really good D, and they average only 77 points against.
Here's Talbot now, speaking of good defense, has good offense too, and gets the Lightning on the board in the second term. Here she is with it again, Samuelson, into Nicholson. Going in hard on the left and banking it in. Again, her team up by 2. Can't get those back-to-back buckets, but she gets her own boards, and now she has the back-to-back buckets. She's had a really good season in these new colours, Abby Cabillo. Whittle out to Talbot. Goes to the long 2 and drains it. Thinks about another shot. Instead goes into Badish. Gets it back out to Talbot. Spinning around Gaze. Oh, that is awesome from Talbot.
Put that one on the highlight reel. Beautiful spin move there. Nice energy basketball, inside, outside. Have a look. Dancing shoes on, if you will, from Steph.
Out to Roof. Thought about the 3. Now finds Samuelson on the reverse. That's nice from Carly Samuelson. Getting herself a few boards this game. Goes in and gets it in. Samuelson behind the back against Whittle. Finds herself stuck, so gives it out to Woods, who's back on the floor. Samuelson will get it back and get it in. Akuzo up against Munro. Here's Nicholson. Banks in another one.
More than probably 100 free from the bucket against Satina, who's not a threat out there beyond the 3-point line. And that closeout created that penetration from Satina.
Mansfield pops up a 3. She can now go on her own. Akuzo drives in hard to the basket and gets a nice bucket. Nicholson confronted there by Borlase, but somehow gets it back. Sitting on the floor, if you don't mind. And Samuelson can lay it in. As the clock ticks down to 2 minutes, under 2 minutes in this first half. Munro gets a nice steal for Adelaide. And as easy as you like, finishes off at the other end. Borlase. Munro thought about it. Talbot, a long 3 of her own, and she shows Samuelson how it's done.
On the catch here as we see Munro and Steph Talbot getting into a 2-person game. Samuelson just going under too early. And that just shone some light on some young talent that's in our league as well.
Samuelson with 1 second to work with and drains it! And finding a lane, but Hawkins was right there with her, wearing her like a glove. Allows Ruth to get going. Samuelson, can she get point 17? She can! Driving in and then kicking it out. It's Borlase. He's driving hard on Woods, and that's a good finish. Extended Opal squad. Chance to represent Australia at the Asia Cup and even Paris Olympics perhaps, but Ruth.
The things that you don't see, that blue-collar work, makes Steph Talbot just that little bit extra special.
Mansfield, lovely little bucket there. Munro dishes it into Borlase, but Hawkins there once again. She's been great on the defensive end. And now she gets her well-deserved bucket. The margin sits at 10. And Samuelson gets a steal. Is she heading for 19 points? Of course she is. And it forces an early timeout from Nat Hurst. Her team 4. And they just can't match it with Samuelson at the moment. Guarded loosely there by Talbot. Samuelson feeling it this game. Spinning around Steph Talbot. Talbot can't get her revenge. Gets her own boards though. Classic Steph Talbot. Out to Borlase for 3. Yes! She's a danger player for Townsville. Nicholson confronted by Munro. A big block.
Well, Townsville Fire are known for their defensive pressure. They average 77 points a game again, so you know it's always going to be a grind and a grid. They scout well. They've got one of the best minds in the game. When and if Adelaide have made runs, they've been able to find a way and weather each and every storm in this contest.
Hawkins just breaks a pair of ankles and then takes it right at the hoop as well, while Mia Murray's playing in Melbourne. Talbot can't finish there. Munro there on the rebound, and she gets the bucket that she wanted before. Woods looking for someone to come with her. Bounce pass to Hawkins for 3. Drains that one. A bit disappointing for her. Gaze dishes it into Akuzo. That's nice work by the Fire bench. Samuelson back into Hawkins. And it's as easy as that. Turn and shoot for Tiana Hawkins.
We need just one more player with a little bit more punch.
Here's Brooke on cue. There you go. 3 of those rebounds offensive as well. And a good amount of steals too. 3 for the game and a couple of blocks. Samuelson launches another long 3. And she absolutely loves it. To Woods. Gets it into Akuzo. That is lovely vision from Courtney Woods and a nice finish from Akuzo as well.
A little bit over 10. It had some impact. You can just see she's finding her feet again. She's got the 6-point as well to Satina Akuzo, as we see. And look after herself. We know she's been wreaked havoc with injury. But oh, she's strong, she's robust. She can just match it with the fitness of Adelaide.
Back out to Nicholson. And Woods again. Lands her first 3 of the game.
Evident just there in that passage of play.
Whittle, double team, still manages to get the ball back. And the M1 as well. And the bench love it. She's a great character, Courtney Woods. Much loved by this Townsville team. So too is Nicholson, and she pops up another basket. Borlase. Adelaide looking to stretch the defense here. Brooke, a big 3, banks it home. Woods. Kicks it back out to Nicholson in the corner. You can't leave her alone.
And that was a great hard roll. It will screen first from McSpadden, and then a deep hard roll which collapsed Nicholson's D and attracted them, which left her open on the weak side for that nice, beautiful 3.
The crowd wanted her to go, that's for sure. Ruth into McSpadden. That is great with Talbot's hands in her face. She's still finishing. If I were any coach in the league. Hawkins, massive. Just going to get some good shots in late to give them some confidence ahead of their next game against Southside. Simons, that'll give them some confidence. Good to see a bench player getting some big points.
averages just a touch over 9 minutes per season. That's one of the things she does, sticking to what she knows and knows well, and that's shooting the 3 ball.
Here's Samuelson, speaking of knowing how to shoot the 3 ball. She's been doing it all night. She was the Youth Player of the Year in NBL 1 West. Cracking season for Joondalup. And Akuzo makes it count. Really trying to get hay on the scoreboard, it seems. Kicks it out to Gaze in the corner, and she never misses those.
She's done it her whole WNBL career. We know that that name is synonymous with being able to score. They've done great. 10 of 20 from deep, 50% on the night from the Townsville Fire.
So Adelaide will have the last say on this one, but they haven't had a say on it all game. It's been all Townsville all the way, and they get the win in front of their home fans. They go 3 in a row.